We don't have a mic to pass around, so if you don't care, speak up whenever you're asking questions. Coach Gibson will open with a statement, and then we will turn it over to you all for questions.
Yep, appreciate you guys covering us. It's been a long, hard spring, so it was good to get out today in front of a crowd and see what we could do with coaches off the field, and impressed with some things, a lot of things. Turned the ball over way too much, in my opinion. A couple tip throws. I thought defensively they did a really good job on the green team of taking advantage of those. Thought Carlos did some really good things, moved the ball, a lot of scoring drives. So, but we still have a lot of work to do. We have a couple more weeks this semester, and we're not going to stop now. We're going to keep pushing forward. So, with that, I'll open it up to you guys.
Coach, is it kind of hard to get a read just because everybody's so new? Is that part of the new age of college football?
Yeah. Right now, we had guys that played today that may not be here tomorrow. So, it's a crazy time right now. But our goal as a staff is to get guys that want to be here and coach them up and get those guys ready. So we have a few more guys joining us for summer that we'll get in here and see where we're at in August.
How'd you feel about the secondary, especially with Boogie having a couple of breakups and a pair of picks as well?
Yeah, I thought he made a really good play on the quick game. The RPO, he jumped it and made a hell of a play, and obviously points on the board, good to see.
There were rumors on the sideline that you might have picked the green team. Is there any?
Yeah, that was the staff and myself. We wanted to let these guys get out and have some success today and start playing together and gelling together and all those things. So, and there were guys on the white that are going to play, no question about it. And we need to put them in some situations to see how they could do against the ones. Because all spring it's been good on good, so it was good to see that today. A couple guys made some plays.
Without looking at the film and evaluating, just from seeing what you saw, anybody stand out to you that may be a little surprised or happy to see them show up today?
No, I thought Antoine Roberts, Antoine coming off a knee this past season, thought he ran the ball hard a couple times, and so it was really good to see him step up and do that. And he wasn't scared on that knee, so I was proud of him for that.
Just on a personal level, Coach, just you being out there and among the crowd, and obviously it's just a spring game, but I mean it's kind of like a dress rehearsal for you.
Yeah, it was surreal when I was standing in that tunnel looking out. It was impressive. So I'm an emotional guy, and it got me for a minute. So it was good to see.
So what happens now?
So right now we'll give the kids a couple days off, have a lot of one-on-one meetings, position coaches, myself, let every guy know where they stand on our football team and what's next for them and what's next for us. And then we'll have some open weight room hours, guys to get in and work out, and then we have to finish strong academically. That's the most important thing moving forward right now.
One more thing for me. How important was it to see a lot of the ex-players, a lot of guys who played in the NFL, and a lot of guys who built the legacy of this program?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, those guys have been unbelievable to me and my staff and these players, and I wanted to repay them. You guys didn't get to see it because you were in here setting up, but I made them go through and shake every hand and tell those guys thank you for what they've done. And, they were in last night. We got to spend a lot of time with them. They had a lot of refreshments. So, but it was good to see those guys doing in that atmosphere and just being around and being normal guys.
I don't have a depth chart just yet, but Delreal Wilson, really impressive today. What did you see from him today?
Yeah, I thought Carlos has had a really, really good 2 weeks. The last 2 weeks of spring, he's kind of separated himself and, doing some good things. The competition is still open. I'm not going to name a starting quarterback right now. Him, Zion, and Ja'Kai are all guys that are going to battle. We threw some young guys in today, got their first reps. So it was good to see them in live action when they're live as well. Sometimes you can't really get a read if you tell them you're not live. They'll stand in the pocket all day long, and so I wanted to put a little heat on them today.
You had your first fountain ceremony. I guess you talk about that experience. I know some places, some people may say spring ball doesn't really mean anything, but here, with that being attached to it, at that level of importance.
Yeah, and everything we do in this program and at this university means something. Everything that we do, and for our kids, and we said, hey, we're doing this, and everybody was all in. Their parents joined us today. We had a couple other teams on campus join us today, our women's soccer team. I think we had some basketball players sprinkled in, and it was awesome to look out at that crowd and see our guys, and they enjoyed it and embraced it.
You mentioned the turnovers are a little sloppy on offense, but still the defense flying around. Does that, as a defensive guy, does that make you kind of proud to see how physical
Yeah.
flying around the ball guys are?
Yeah, that's the standard, and they know that. I told them day one they're going to get coached different on that side of the ball. That's my background. That's what got me to this job, and we're going to be aggressive, we're going to be tough, and we're going to fly around. And if you can't, you're not going to be a part of this.
Gilmore especially looked the part on the field and in a uniform. He looked
Yeah,
like
he's a creature. So, but I love the way he plays, and again, he's starting to really come into his own. Took him a few weeks to get adjusted to how we play, what we want out of him, and coming off the edge and doing some things. I mean, he's long, athletic, physical kid. So really, really like where he's at.
Is everybody good?
All right.